Hi, my name is Blythe Coons, and I played Nickel in the Hangover theory with Sapling Pictures. So I've been asked to do a little bit of an interview, and I'm just gonna answer some questions for you. The first question is, what are some of the tricks you use to get into character? And I have to say that the only trick I used was putting on that costume. That Batgirl costume came in a box the morning of the shoot, and when that box was opened, it was the most amazing thing. People were so surprised, and I put it on, and it fit like a glove, and the shoes fit, and the cowl fit, and being in that costume just did something to me. I knew exactly what I was going to be, exactly what I was going to do. It was magic. So it was all in that amazing costume that we got from some big Batgirl fan in California, and we're very grateful for having that suit sent. The next question is, ever been to Comic-Con? What are the odds that this sort of thing might happen? I have never been to Comic-Con. I've never been to a con of any kind, but I've met some people who've gone to Comic-Con and other cons, and I think from their stories that this is totally possible, that role players get together and they get into their cosplay and they get really excited and craziness ensues. So I would not put this beyond the people who show up at Comic-Con. The next question is, were you a fan of either The Big Bang Theory or the Hangover movies before this project? And I have a little bit of an admission to make. I have never seen the entire Hangover Part 1. I stopped watching it with maybe a half hour to go, and I have never gotten back to watch the last half hour, which I think is when there are a lot of reveals. And I haven't seen 2, and it doesn't make sense for me to see 3 until I've caught up with the series. But I am a huge fan of The Big Bang Theory. I think some of those characters are hysterical. Sheldon is so, Jim Parsons is so specific with his characterization of Sheldon, and it's like, how do you live in this world when your brain works the way that it does? It's just amazing to me. So I actually really enjoy The Big Bang Theory. The next question is, any chance of a sequel? Would you be up for it? I had a great time shooting this short film, and I would definitely be up for a sequel. But it would be interesting how they would work Nickel and even Dime back into this story, because I do say specifically, I'll call you next year at the same event. So I don't know if we have to wait a year for a sequel, or if, Nickel can just show up in the world of these other guys. But it would be great. I would totally be up for it. I don't know if I'd get to wear the Batgirl suit, but hopefully there would be something else fun to wear or do, and I'm sure there would. I mean, there are tons of ideas just from the Star Wars, oh my gosh, I just made a huge faux pas, the Star Trek pizza cutter, to the remote control car, all of those things. So I'm sure we could work Nickel in somehow. And the last question is, what was your favorite moment during filming, and any good set pranks viewers may have missed? If there were any pranks, they certainly were not being played on me, but Jodie, who played Dime and was dressed as Princess Leia, the slave, and I were waiting around for a while the guys were filming, and so we got a little restless hanging out in the hotel room, and we decided to just go for an adventure. But it's not every day that people in a hotel in a suburb of Washington, D.C. get to see 2 girls dressed up like Princess Leia and Batgirl, and so we definitely got some very bizarre looks as we ran around the hotel and did different things like Charlie Angel's things and stuff like that. So Jodie and I had an incredible time filming together, or not filming, being and holding together. And then once we got on the set, it was just bing, bang, boom. But those guys were so wonderful to work with. It was great to work with Dave. He was very polite with his hands in the bed, so we can all be grateful about that. There were no terrible things that popped up in the bathroom or anything like that, but it was always fun to walk around the set and discover all of the stuff that was around, and every room in that set had been decorated to the nines. So if there wasn't a Frito chip underfoot, then there was a little eyeball or a candy in the bathroom, all sorts of really interesting things around. And everywhere you went, you were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's something else. It was amazing. So thank you so much. It's been fun answering these questions. Take care.